All right, you guys, I'm going to start recording. It is Thursday night. It is November 16th, so the Thursday before Thanksgiving, and thanks for hopping on. So I thought we'd spend a little bit of time tonight just chatting about the holidays. You know, what is our mindset around it in terms of supporting our clients and client acquisition, and what are some things that we can do now to have like a great November and December, that our businesses are strong and that we start out in January phenomenal. And being in the nature of the business that we are, in the health and weight loss business, the rest of the world kind of wants to turn off their health at this time. But what you'll find in our business is that this is when we turn it on. And it's hard for us because we also want to enjoy the holidays and we're busy and whatnot, but this really is a key time for us. So before we get going, I really want, I'm excited for you guys to be able to learn from Julie and Susan, who have been coaching for several years, but just wanted to make sure that we address what maybe you came here for. So does anybody have any specific questions or anything you'd like to make sure we talk about in the next 30 minutes?
I do. So what's the best response to somebody who says, I want to wait till after the holidays?
We can talk about that. We can talk about that. All right, we'll make sure we cover that, Beth. What else?
So I've got a couple of those.
Very common. All right, everybody else just eager to learn. I love it. Okay. I'm going to mute just because it makes it, just the recording comes out better. But if you have any questions or want to interrupt any of us, just feel free to, kind of, wave and unmute yourself. So let me just mute. And then, Julie, why don't you get us started if you don't mind? You've been coaching for, just share with us how long you've been coaching and your background and what's the best advice you can give for this time of year.
Yeah. So I started doing personal training on my own in 2014. And so 2014 was the first holidays that I went through as a personal trainer, and I was not doing OptiV at the time. It was a panic holidays. I'll say that, because I did not have clients that I was training, and I didn't have another way to have income. So I was definitely freaked out. So literally January rolled around and I reached out to Dee and I was like, all right, something's got to change in my business and how my life is functioning here. So 2015, those holidays, totally different. And I saw it in two different ways, because people did not want to train in December. Their lives got chaotic and I did not see people for December really. But what I saw was I could be talking to people about nutrition and starting to build my pipeline of everybody that would come on board late December and be ready to go for January kickoff. So my holidays looked a whole lot different because I was in action the whole December, even November. So it looked very different. And last year was even better because I just knew how to manage my schedule better and how to help people and how to talk to people. So I think your question, Beth, is perfect, because it is, people are all thinking, I'm just going to go to sleep right now. I don't really want to worry about this. The last thing I want to think about is being healthy right now. I just want to go eat. And it's funny, I don't know is Jen on?
Not yet.
Not yet. So we were talking earlier tonight and I asked her, she was going to try to jump on, but what she was saying is that I have a totally different mentality as a personal trainer. But she was saying, as an average person, people have this undertow is what she called it, that's pulling them to not eat healthy and to eat fun and be with family and just shut down right now. And as my perspective, I don't get that. But it was really good to hear her say that. And so now that she's coaching, she's like, it's so interesting because I'm learning myself how to fight that, but also helping clients at the same time. And so what we have to help them is understand that there's a different way, because all they know is just enjoy this time of year and shut down. So our goal is to help coach them to be different and help them see that there can be a better way to enjoy the holidays and to be healthy. And it means focusing on what is really important. And so still digging with them, and what's your why, and why are you wanting to get healthy? And what I always ask people, I'm like, well, do you want to go into the new year feeling worse than you feel now? Or do you want to go into the new year feeling better? Because it doesn't mean you have to lose 10 pounds right now, but at least if you get a head start and you've lost 2 to 3 pounds, would you be happy? Would you feel better? And everybody's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, wouldn't it be great if I could show you how to do that and put a little structure in place, and then you'll go into the new year feeling 100 times better? And they're like, well, yeah, that sounds probably more realistic. So I think people coming in have this diet mentality of like, give up everything, I can't enjoy life. And so if we can help them find a little more balance and help them see that's possible, all of a sudden all those no's are like, oh, yeah, that sounds way more doable. I can do that. So you're just giving hope to people that are coming from a really very extreme diet mentality. So I hope that answers. I think Susan D, you guys can probably give a little more insight. But the one thing that I've kept my perspective is like, nothing changes. Like my perspective doesn't change. Nothing changes right now. Yeah, I'm going to go enjoy Thanksgiving and I'm going to eat. I'm going to have fun on Thursday and I'll be with my family, but the rest of my days are the same. So I'm going to keep rocking and rolling and having the same mentality. And I told Dia today, I said, what are we in November? October was quieter for me. I only had like 2 new clients, and I already have 3 brand new clients this month in November. And I'm like, nothing changed. I just keep doing the same thing. I just keep being consistent on Facebook, keep planting seeds, and people are talking to me and asking questions. And I'm like, well, let's get you rolling. And I have a new girl I set up yesterday. She's going to start the day after Thanksgiving. And I said, well, it makes sense to get you ordered, get everything ready so you can start. So we got her set up. So to me, it's all about our mentality and how we're helping people see it. And that will totally change your business and how things move forward. And then how do we plant seeds right now? I think Dee had one really good idea she was going to share as far as using social media. But I think I put up a post a couple of weeks ago about, isn't this the worst time of year to do this? Why would I start now? Just tackle it head on, because people are asking that question and saying that. So why not just tackle it and bring it out and talk about it on social media and kind of make it a joke, but not really. Be realistic about helping people. But yeah, it is a time everybody just kind of thinks, I'm not going to make any progress right now. So just keep being consistent on social media. The other thing I was going to suggest is referrals right now are huge. If all these clients of ours are at parties, or if you're at parties, there's probably people asking them, what are you doing? You know, you're glowing, you look happy, you look healthy. So making sure your clients know how to talk about the program, because I see it all the time. Like, and I'm even tempted to do this when I'm in parties, is just start. But what I stopped doing is talking a lot right then and there. And I just say, like, it has been awesome. My clients are doing great. How about I give you a call tomorrow and we can talk a little bit more, and leave it at that and leave them hanging, because then they're like, oh my gosh, what is she doing? Or what are her clients doing? And then they're excited to talk to you. Same with clients, coach them to just give them little bits of information and say, I'm working with a coach now. She's helping me learn how to eat every couple hours. I feel so much more energetic. I would be happy to connect you with her. Do you guys want to talk more? And I can put you on a text message, all 3 of us, and then you guys can plan time. So I found it works better doing it that way. They just put us all in a group text or a group Facebook message, and then I can take it from there. Or sometimes clients will text me and say, oh, I met this really cool person that wants to do the program at a party last night, and then I never hear anything. So I have encouraged them to put me on a group text with them, and then I can help get it going from there. Or talk to them about coaching. Would you want to help a few people? And then you can have that conversation with those that are giving you referrals, because most likely they probably have a huge influence on their world that they can help people too. So I think the referrals, and then the other last thing I was going to suggest is just having really solid client support right now. And even talking to Jen a little bit ago, hearing what her perspective is, like, a lot of my clients aren't answering my call and they're not responding back to me. And I even have clients doing that too. Like, they're not responding, and I can already tell they're in that, holiday mode, I'm going to disappear now. But I'll just keep texting them, and I usually kind of leave it at the rule of like 3. Like, I'll reach out, and if they don't respond the 3rd time, I usually say, okay, I don't want to bug you. I'm here to help you. I'll leave the ball in your court. Let me know how I can help and support you over the holidays, because I don't want to be a nuisance, but I also want them to know I care. But still be following up with them and helping clients and being there. They know you're there to help. Does that help? Give some ideas?
Julie, what do you do? So look, for the clients, this is all great information that you shared. And for your clients that you do reach, how do you help them navigate? Like, let's say you're getting some vibes from them that, I'm just going to take a break for a while or whatever. So how do you help them navigate or put together a plan?
Yes. Okay. So I just had one of my clients text me tonight, and she said, I'm a mess. I don't think 5 and 1 is realistic right now. I think I just need to do 3 and 3 through the holidays. And my first question is, well, are you okay maintaining right now? Or do you still want to lose over the holidays? And she said, well, ideally I'd love to lose, but I think realistically, I just need to work on maintaining. And so I told her, I said, well, if that's what you feel like, then let's just focus on maintaining right now. So I would say, have that conversation with your clients. What do they want for the holidays? Like, we've got 45 days before the new year. What do they want? And I even had a conversation with the client this morning that said, I only lost a half a pound last week. And I said, well, if you lost a half a pound each week for the next 5 weeks or 4 weeks, would you be okay with that? And she's like, yeah, I would. And I was like, well, then let's just focus on repeating what you did last week. And she's like, okay, that's realistic. So if you can break it down into smaller pieces and helping people see what they can do, all of a sudden it changes their perspective for the whole next month going forward.
Yeah, I think that's good, because what you did is you showed her, like, wow, if that kept happening, you'd be down 10 pounds by the end of the year. Would that be okay? Whereas half a pound didn't hardly seem worth it, but it adds up. So yeah, I think that's that's something I really had to grow into and as a coach, and why I want to share this with you guys so you guys can hopefully gain the skills sooner is, our clients, like Julie said, they very much come to us in diet mentality, very much start the program in diet mentality. So there can be a where they want to just abandon, right? Like, I'm just going to take a break. And a break in their mind means just shut it off. And we know that the structure of eating 6 times a day never goes away. That, what, so we need to guide them in the direction that we know will help them the most, that maybe it's a 3 and 3 then. Because I used to be more about like, oh, well, okay, because I didn't want to be too pushy or whatever, but I wasn't doing them any favors. You know what I'm saying? And then they were in worse shape or gave up or whatever. But if I coach people at every stage of the game where they are, to what their goal is, and keep reinforcing it, they stay more on track, which keeps them happy and it keeps our business happy. So, all right, great tips. Anybody have any questions for Julie before we let Susan share a few things? Okay, cool. Susan.
Hi.
Hey.
I have a couple things to add to some of that, because I have to be very careful. As in Julia, no, and totally understands. As fitness instructors and personal trainers, we're so used to telling our clients what to do. So I had to get back to the asking the questions. And so a lot of times when I had a client that said, oh, I just want to take a break from this for a while, I kind of dug deep to find out why. What are you taking a break from? Are you taking a break from living a healthier lifestyle? I tried to find out what was going on in their lives to figure out what are you taking a break from? Because it's like Dee just said, a lot of our clients come in with that diet mentality. And I really try very hard at the very beginning of my relationships with my clients to sort of dispel that and say, we're on this journey, it's a lifestyle change. It's creating new habits. It's, we are the sum of today, our choices and behaviors of yesterday. Well, if we want a different tomorrow, we got to change today. And so kind of looking at it like that with them is really important, because, they don't realize sometimes they're in diet mentality. They really don't. And so, I try to kind of focus on what do you want to achieve? I have one client that says, well, I want to achieve, I want to be down to such and such by the end of the year. I'm like, okay, if that's what you really want, what you're going to need to do is really dig in, take away the noise that's coming between your ears and really just do it. And Dee gave a really, really good example one time. When you have a goal, for example, you wanted to have kids, right? Well, part of having kids is changing dirty diapers, and you did it anyway because that's part of having kids. And when I use that analogy with a lot of my clients, they're kind of going, yeah, that's true. I had to do things I didn't want to do to reach that goal of raising children, and I think sometimes they just kind of need that sort of metaphor or that analogy to realize, yeah, sometimes you got to do things you don't want to do. Sometimes you got to, walk away from the pumpkin pie or whatever, because it's not going to further your goal. But then I also see if that's what they want to do. And if they don't, they go like, well, my grandma makes the best pumpkin pie in the world. I only get it once a year. So I always say, well, then try the 3-bite rule that Dr. Anderson suggests. The first 3 bites, you get 95% of the flavor. Small bites, put your fork down, walk away, see how you feel. And it works for a lot of my clients because they don't want to feel deprived or for what, and we still want to enjoy the holiday. But one of the things that I'm also doing this year with my clients, a lot of my inactive clients, is I have Thanksgiving Day cards because a lot of my clients have different religious beliefs. So I didn't want to send a Christmas card. But I thought Thanksgiving was a perfect kind of way that everybody celebrates Thanksgiving. And it's a great way to say thanks for letting me be your coach, because that's kind of what it is. They choose us to be their coach, and they trust us. And so I'm sending those out to a lot of my inactive clients right now to say, hey, I just want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Hope you've had a great year, a great holiday and all of that. If you ever, if you know how to reach me, I'm always here to help you reach your health goals. And I put a card in there, one of my business cards, because a lot of my clients were Take Shape for Life clients. And so I wanted them to have an updated Optavia card. So I'm going to, and then for the new year, for Happy New Year, I'll send a, happy, healthy New Year, card to my current clients. And the reason I'm doing that is, who gets cards in the mail? We get Christmas cards. They don't get Thanksgiving cards, and they may not get a Happy New Year card. So that might stand out in the whole pile of cards that they would get. And I kind of wanted to let them know I appreciate them. So that's one of the couple of things I'm doing. And then, and I'm just, like Julie said, I'm talking to my clients about referrals. When you're sitting at that Thanksgiving Day table, tell your family and your friends how good you feel. Share with them how much energy you have. Because they're going to notice you've lost weight because they haven't seen you in a while for the most part. And so, just don't be afraid. And I kind of give them bullet points. Like Julie said, working with a health coach, I feel great. Just a few things to say. And, they don't have to go into explaining the whole program. And it kind of gives, and then I say, and all you have to say is, hey, let me put you in touch with my health coach, just like Julie said, and it leaves them off the hook. So that's a couple of things that I'm doing right now. A lot of this other stuff you've already heard. I'm making sure that I just stay in touch with my clients because it's business as usual. And one other thing to keep in mind too, when it comes to new clients and building your business, like Dee told me this yesterday, New Year's resolutions definitely are made by mid-December. People are already thinking about the new year in a couple of weeks. So, us sitting back and just taking off the month of December, that's not planting seeds for January. You're going to be planting seeds in January and for February, March, April for spring. Do it now and it will start to cultivate. So that, that's what I would definitely recommend. I think that's all I have.
That's great, Susan. And Susan and I chatted yesterday. She shared with me about the cards that she sends. And Susan has a large business. She has ran a large frontline volume for several years, but she's handwriting all that stuff she said. She's handwriting that in everybody's card, so that she can give it that personal touch versus the difference if you just open a card that had her name stamped in it. So, you know what? Taking the time, writing a few cards a night or whatever can make a tremendous difference in the return. So I think if the biggest message we could leave you with is the way that your year is going to end and the way that your new year will begin it's going to start here with you and the way you're looking at it, the way you're thinking about it. And I really encourage you to think in an abundance mindset. I mean, I really think that there are so many people out there that need and want what we have. And like Susan said, many will be making their decision. I read somewhere by like December 8th or 10th, most people have made their decision what they're going to do on January 1st. So if we're waiting and dragging our feet, we're going to get with them on December 20th or the 28th, and they're going to go, oh, you know what? I have decided I'm going to do Whole30. And so then now you are, you're not going to be able to talk them out of it. So now it's still just delayed before, we know they'll come back, they'll be around, but it's just delayed. And Beth, like what you said, I mean, I think Julie gave great examples of just helping people with perspective. The right people will start now. Like I have a new client, her box is arriving either tomorrow or Saturday. She has family, not even family, friends coming on Monday, but she said, you know what, I'm starting on Sunday. I'll make this work. So if we can help our clients with the right mindset, when they're ready, they're ready. And I know one of the top coaches under Susan actually started on Thanksgiving Day. I mean, she actually started playing on Thanksgiving Day. Her box arrived on Wednesday. She started Thursday. So the way we look at it as a key driver and what we're doing, and I totally agree with Julie. I mean, not only do we want our clients talking at the holidays and whatever and parties and just saying what they're doing in terms of they're feeling great and working with a coach. As coaches, just like Julie said, we want to be talking, and talking details of our business is not party talk. But saying, I'm having fun with my business. And, it's just amazing helping somebody else just feel so great. And like Julie said, just get curiosity up. And that applies whether you're helping one person or 30 people. That same statement applies. Helping somebody, is amazing.
And if I can add, helping right now is a key word, right? So you're in the time of year where people are thinking about giving and people want to help and serve and do that kind of stuff. So when you key in on just that simple little term, I'm out there helping people and I love what I'm doing because I'm able to have life impact, that really resonates. When people are reflecting back on the year, on what they've accomplished or not accomplished, right? When they're looking at that, they get energized when they hear people that have had a positive impact, and again, they're helping people. So don't forget that simple little word when you're out and you're talking to friends and family.
Yeah, that's important. The wording, it just creates that enthusiasm. People are drawn to that. So staying in touch with people and follow-ups are really, really important this time of year. So even if you've had people, we've got 4 weeks between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So a lot of time, like Julie said, 45 days before the end of the year, that people can be making progress. So circling back, even with people that you have talked to over the past, month, 2 months, circling back now, just, hey, I wanted to see how you're doing. Did you want to work, and I spoke with a coach today who's growing her, working hard to grow her business. She signed up 4 new clients this week. And it was all through the follow-up system. So very, very good reminder. It was a good reminder to me. And I also wanted to point out, I shared this with somebody else today, something I learned. There's a new executive director under Nicole DeWard, and the fastest way, she just grew her business really quickly, but what she's doing is reaching to healthy people and just saying, I just want to let you know this great health program I have that is based on the habits of health. It's based on eating 6 times a day, low glycemic, high energy. I'm just curious, I know you're healthy. Would you be interested in learning more about this? But she is growing her business by signing up people who are signing up for the 3 and 3 plan. Just people who want to be healthier. So be thinking that way too. That was a real mind shift for me, because we tend to think about people that want to lose weight, but our program can help everybody. So that's a great way to be connecting with all different people in your world. A real easy connection to call somebody who's healthy and, talk to them about that.
And if I can add too, again, another thing for this time of year, it's the holidays. People are buying gifts for people. What about the gift of health, right? So whether somebody wants to sponsor somebody, they may want to sponsor them for, say 3 months, or even if they don't want to do that, get them the Dr. A book. Recommend one of Dr. A's books to get, and put it under the tree or as a Hanukkah gift or something like that. And then hopefully that plants the seed. And within there, of course, hopefully you'll have your card in there and your information. But again, the key thing there is, again, people give the gift of health and give them an opportunity to get started. So again, whether somebody wants to be really generous and sponsor somebody for, say, 3 months, or again, the books, I think that's another idea and a thought that you can put out there for folks, because people will say, well, I'm struggling. I'm trying to figure out what to get my brother or what to get my sister, that kind of stuff. Throw it out there.
And even to reverse that, to flip it, because that's a great example. Meg Johnson started on the program, Meg from our team. She started by asking for the program as a gift from her husband for Mother's Day. So if you have anybody in your world that has maybe had, interested in the program but has had financial, concerns, you could say, have you considered maybe asking for this for a gift for a month so you could get started?
Right.
So
even health coaches too.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, I don't know. I don't have the money to become a health coach or a kid or something like that. Well, ask for a gift.
So a couple of tools, just to kind of wrap this up, a couple of tools and ideas that you could do over and above. I think the biggest message is it's business as usual. If not that, it's actually putting the foot on the accelerator a bit more right now. We really, really need you to gear up for a strong finish. But a couple of tips. There is an idea that I'm going to post and share. If you're on the Agents of Transformation page, you might have seen it. There was the Agents of Transformation actually said, what kinds of things are you doing to keep your holidays strong? And there's a great coach. Her name is Nancy Strauss. And she's not alone with this, and I don't think she even originated the idea. But basically what she did is she asked on her Facebook wall, she just asked her friends, she said, hey, the New Year's coming. A lot of people are looking to get healthy. Would you be willing to share my story and what I do as a health coach on your page for your friends and family to see? And she had 38 people say yes to it. And that, yeah, sure, no problem. I'd love for you to. And she sent them her picture via private message. She sent them her picture, the person who said yes. So let's say I did this and Sherry said, sure, you can post something. I'll post that. You actually want them to post it for you. I would send Sherry my story and the picture on via private message or email, and just say, hey, would you please post this on your wall? Nancy went on to say that has led to a lot more connections for her, and she's doing lots of health assessments, interested calls. So it's just a way to broaden our base if that's something you're interested in doing. And I'll provide more details. She even provided the script of what she had them, what she wrote on her wall and then what she had them write. We also have the health games coming up. It actually starts Monday, Beth? So the health games is a 4-week challenge. That's an optional tool for our clients, which is a great tool you can offer to your clients. Hey, you want to stay on track, you could do this, but you could also offer it to people who are on the fence or not ready yet. So it's a great tool to plug them onto our system and start getting them acclimated with what Optavia is. That's how Beth Bilton entered the program, and coaching, where she started as a non-client in the health games with me. And let's see, if you're up for it, Facebook Lives are the way to go these days. So if you're up for doing maybe a Facebook Live with some holiday tips, I mean, like, what? Holiday tips, that can be that. But some things that we're going to offer for you, we are, some of the executive directors are going to do some Facebook Lives in our client page, Eat, Live, and Be Optavia, some tips for them to help support our clients. So we're going to do some of that starting as early as tomorrow with planning for the holidays. And then just a heads up, we're going to run a focus group, a lifelong transformation group that will launch on Monday, January 8th. And we will start to promote that mid-December, right? So we're going to be working now to sign up people, to sign up now for the program. And then mid-December, we'll start the promotion of this new focus group that will start early January, with the hope of hopefully getting people to go ahead and commit and order their kits before the end of the year in December. So that's good, right? Some fun stuff that's coming. All right, we will not be meeting next week on Thursday because it's Thanksgiving. So Enjoy the time with your family. And any other questions or anything before we sign off? All right. Well, you guys, your time is valuable. So thanks for carving out time to be with us tonight, and look forward to rocking the holidays with you. Thanks, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving.